Hello and welcome to another episode of my Football Manager 2019 career playing as Blyth Spartans, and this is probably going to be the last episode of my Football Manager series as I need to move on to other things. Hopefully other things that will get a few more viewers, maybe. We'll see. But I do enjoy this game very much. It's one of my favourite things to play and has been for many, many years now as a strategy game. And so I'm looking forward to the last session. And we are basically going into the final few games of the season. What have we got here? We've got 3, 6, 7 games left and then maybe playoffs, depending on if we're in the playoffs or not. Here we are in the league table right now, down in 6th. But we do have a game in hand over Oldham, who are on 68 points. So we could go ahead of those, ahead of them. If we win our game, we would go in front of them on goal difference. But of course, it will depend on what happens with Stockport and Salford, who are ahead of us in the table as well, and also have games in hand. And then Southend as well. They're only 1 point behind us and have a game in hand over us. So it's a bit of a mess, the table at the moment. Anything could happen. And we could end up anywhere. But the aim at the start of the season, in our first season in Sky Bet League 2, was to try to finish in the automatic promotion spots. But it's a big ask for our first and only season in this division. So it's more likely that we'll have to settle for a playoff position. And you know I don't like playoffs because we never win the playoff finals. But we'll give it a shot if that's what happens. So on to the game anyway. I've already picked the team. We're all ready to go. And we're playing against Burton, who on paper are probably a better side than we are. And we're also playing away. So this could be a bit of a tough game. Let's give them a morale boost and send them out. Just need to sort the sound out as usual. Oh, where are we? There we go. Let's get some match sounds on. And go out and back in again. And there we go. Now it sounds like a football game. Right. Let's go. The sun is shining in Burton as we kick off for the first match of this session. And a win would be great. In fact, everything that we have for the rest of the season could do with being a win if we want to make the automatic promotion. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. The team's looking pretty good lately. Oh, nice shot from Naya Pembe there. Everyone's fit and healthy that I want to use in the first team. Captain Ben Hinchcliffe has made his way back into the first team after being kept out of it for a good portion of the season. His form has certainly earned him his place back. He's been scoring plenty of goals. But our top goal scorer this season is Connor Comer. He was league top goal scorer as well last time I looked. Hey Catch, how you doing? Naya Pembe with a good defensive header there. Clark picking it up in midfield. Taking the ball forward. Playing it to top goal scorer Connor Comer. Now Naya Pembe puts a cross into the box, but it's a poor one. Falls to Comer though. Oh, and Grimes and Hinchcliffe. Wow, what an onslaught on the goal mouth that was. And eventually Captain Ben Hinchcliffe finds the back of the net to score his 16th goal of the season. Let's see that again. That was all over the place. Naya Pembe's cross intercepted. Connor Comer gets on the end of the clearance attempt. Grimes hits the post, and then Hinchcliffe buries it. The keeper didn't know what was going on. I don't think anyone knew what was going on, apart from Ben Hinchcliffe. He knew exactly what was happening, and he buried it. So we are up by 1-0. 13 minutes played so far. A good start to the session. And if results stay as they are currently, which is unlikely this early into the match, we would move up into third. But anything can happen. Oh, including Burton scoring a goal. Good save there by Hilton, though. Now Taylor with a corner kick for Burton. Whips it into the box. Seems to go past everybody. Leg picks up the loose ball. Plays it into Oshilaja. Now Boxall. Oshilaja again. Chibueze. Now Spence. Looking to play leg in. Oh, just about keeps it in play. Gets a cross in. But it's a poor effort. And Hilton plucks that out of the air with ease. 20 minutes played. Looking relatively even in terms of match stats. But Blyth are ahead by 1-0. Navarro now with a corner for Blyth. On the head of Boone. Oh! Boone's first attempt was saved by the keeper, but poor Okonkwo could not keep the rebound out, and Boone scores. That's his 6th goal of the season. Not bad for a defender. There it is. Good save from the initial header, but Boone just sneaks it over the line with the rebound. And it's 2-0 now to Blyth. Oh, look how close that was. Good stuff. Okay, let's give the lads some praise. Things are going well so far. Smith with the throw-in, looking for Hinchcliffe. Headed back to Smith by the Burton defence though. Now Clark in the middle. Plays in Perry in midfield. Smith again with the cross. Comer's head! And in, it's 3-0. It's 3-0, and Blyth have got goal diarrhea in this first half. This is going very well. Conor Comer with his 26th goal of the season. Surely retaining his place as league top goal scorer. We'll have to check on that later, but look at that. Great header from Comer. He's on a yellow card though, so we'll have to play a little bit careful. We don't want to see him get sent off. Don't want to have our top goal scorer suspended, do we? But I have told him to ease off tackles. Smith to Perry. And Grimes. Clark. Midfielders linking up nicely there, finding Nyapembe, who takes a shot himself. Hits it low. But the keeper manages to get down and deflect that out for a corner. Possibly one of the last highlights before half-time here. Corner was a poor one. Clark retains possession for Blyth. Now Perry. Heaton. And that's the end of that. Are we going to get the half-time whistle now? Should be coming any moment. And we're looking great on the stats at this point. Going into half-time, managed to keep Burton down to just a single shot on target. Things are looking good. Okay, yes, let's tell them they're doing well. And we're off for the second half. Grimes on the edge of the box, takes a shot. Oh, just wide of the post. Fancied his chances there. He has scored a few goals this season from long range, but that one was not to be. Pembe searching for Comer with the long ball, but Okonkwo managing to claim that before any of the Blyth strikers can get on the end of it. Hits it upfield to Taylor. Taylor has a crack from about 20 yards. I think Burton are obviously feeling a little bit desperate by this point. 3 goals down. Comer with the free kick, whips it in. It's on target, but easily saved. Hey Chaucer, how you doing? Good to see you. Smith with the throw in. Plays in Grimes. Now Perry. Again in the midfield, just playing it short. Back to Boone in defence, and Heaton with the long ball, pumping it into the Burton box, but it wasn't very accurate. Only managed to find a yellow shirt. Chibueze for Burton now. Oh, Spence with a terrible error there. Grimes capitalises, gets in, plays it to Hinchcliffe. Hinchcliffe with the shot, but it's wide of the post. .65 minutes played. Still a 3-0 lead for Blyth. Worried that there might be a little bit of complacency here as Legg gets in to score one back for Burton, and that was the complacency I was just talking about. Chibueze beating his man quite easily there, playing an excellent ball through to Legg. Legg scoring from about 7 yards. No hope there for Hilton. And Burton are not giving up yet, are they? Let's go for a demand more. Still about 20 minutes left to play of normal time. Certainly enough time to pull this scoreline back. Only a 2-goal deficit now. He certainly did, Chelsea. He says, well, your fullback got schooled. He did. Here's Wilson in the box for Burton. Hits it straight at Hilton, though. Oh, off the bar! Oh, it's looking dangerous. Burton are threatening that Blyth goal. Smith to Perry. Now Grimes. Clark this time. Is he going to go for a shot? No, he gets tackled on the edge of the Burton box. Oh, good interception by Nia Pembe. Navarro playing it quickly up to Hinchcliffe. Hinchcliffe goes for the long shot. Saved comfortably by Okonkwo. And out for a corner. We are playing attacking as our stance, Chaucer. It's the way I like to play. You don't score goals if you don't attack. Coma in the box to Navarro, and there it is, goal number 4. Luca Navarro scoring his 17th goal of the season. And that is a goal for all of my strikers now, all 3. Great ball by Coma to find the right foot of Navarro and the back of the net. Now we are back up to a 3-goal lead. Burton are definitely going to struggle to turn this around. Less than 2 minutes to go of normal time. 1 minute now. This is in the bag. Look at all these shots, 27 shots, only 13 on target, but scored 4 goals from that, so not going to complain. Chance for another one here, Clark on the edge of the box. And that's the final whistle. For full time, the scoreline 4-1 to Blyth. And what a great game to start the session with. Very pleased with that. Newport County will be next. Praise Coma scored a goal, made an assist. And let's have a look at the player stats. He is still league top goal scorer. He's got quite a lead as well, 25 goals. Next closest is Malik Wilkes of Colchester on 17. And Navarro's in there, tied for 4th place on 14. Former Blyth favourite Dan Maguire has heaped praise on George Smith. Look what Dan Maguire's doing now. Well, he's a scout. He's a terrible scout. Worst scout ever. Judging player ability 2. Judging player potential 1. Oh dear. Well, he was a better striker than he was a scout. Alright. Good results all round there. Are we set to lose Smith? Lewis Smith. Maybe. He doesn't get that many games for us. Bit of a backup. If I can afford to offer him a contract, though. Jesus, he wants a lot of money, doesn't he? Like to keep hold of him, because he is decent. Give him a 1-year extension. There we go. Catch doing an impression of Dan Maguire's scouting. He says, I was this kid's age once, and I went on to become a club legend, so surely he will as well. 10 out of 10 potential, Dan Maguire. Yeah, he's not going to be spotting any gems with those stats, is he? Shocking. We got a bonus to pay out for reaching the quarter-final of the Checkatrade Trophy. Oh well. More money down the pan. 150k in debt at the moment. It's not going to get any better for the rest of this season. So I'm expecting this will be not a full-length stream today. I'm going to end when we finish the season. And hopefully I'll be able to breathe for long enough to get through the remaining games I have. Boone and Coma making team of the week. Good news. Lewis Thomas now. Who's that? Oh, yes. He's my fallen out of favour, formerly first choice goalkeeper. Never mind. Oh, loads of contracts going to expire. Oh, how long? 3 months. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and do contracts. We'll worry about that later, because this is supposed to be the last session of this. And you don't want to spend it watching me sort out contract negotiations, really. Newport County at home next, followed by Southend United. And that's a game we need to win against Southend. I mean, we need to win all of them, but particularly the one against Southend, as they are challenging for playoff and promotion spots alongside us. Job security. To summarise, the board feel you're doing an unbelievable job. You're clearly putting a smile on the face of every single supporter. Long may it last. Excellent. Job security is maxed out. That's what we want to see. So, we have a slight edge against Newport County. Will we have a fit and healthy first team? That's the question. And what do I do about Southend? Do I just play my first team for both games and hope we do well enough from it? Oh dear, Nexus has fallen out with me. Well, he will just have to learn the hard way. Can't argue with the manager. Right, just going for all the autocratic responses. There we go. Not worth reading them out, really. I was just basically saying, no, do what I say, or that's it. No sympathy. Right. Yeah, team looks healthy enough, so let's submit the team. And we will be playing probably the same first team again for the next match as well, even though there's not much recovery time in between. I think we're just going to stick with the strongest players I can put out on the field at the moment in this stage of the season. Every game is important to try to win. Hinchcliffe offside, not a good start for the captain. Dougie Nyapembe, unfortunately picking up a very early yellow card. Not great. He's been a good signing though, generally. Puts in some good crosses. Makes some decent runs. Grimes with a long shot. Oh, I thought that was going in. I thought that was on target. Sadly, it was not. Clark nods it down to Comer. Tries to knock it to Grimes, but it was intercepted by Kelly. And now Newport County are on the counter-attack. Reynolds is in the box. He's one-on-one with the keeper and he scores. Ashley Reynolds, his 5th goal of the season. That's 1-0 to Newport. And that is a shocking start. Not good. Blyth defence all over the place here. Unfortunately, Nyapembe making the error just after I was singing his praises earlier. But he was on a yellow card already, so I guess he didn't want to go into that challenge too hard. And we've paid the price. 1 down. See if we can pull this back. Clark in the box. Navarro, shot blocked. Boone picks that up on the halfway line. Plays it to Smith. Nyapembe will get that. His shot attempt deflected out for a corner. Mehmeti on the ball for Newport. Has to hold it up a little bit. Let his teammates catch up. Reynolds is on there now. Perry with a fantastic tackle. And that brings that highlight to an end. Right, we'll go for a demand more, I think. Madison with the free kick. And Newport kicks it straight to a Blyth player though. Navarro looking for Comer. It's a bit all over the place at the moment, but Nyapembe wins back possession for Blyth, takes the shot himself and puts it wide of the target. So far, 0 shots on target for Blyth. Very disappointing first half. Reynolds with a free kick, smashed straight into the Blyth wall. Plays it out to Kelly. Kelly's offside. Smith with the corner. And there we go, Josh Heaton scoring his 1st goal of the season for the club. And that is the equaliser. It is now 1-1 as we approach half-time. About 5 more minutes to play. And the teams are level again. Navarro now with a corner for Blyth. Puts it into the 6-yard box and Boone gets his head on it, but he couldn't keep it under the bar. Clark not having a great game, playing 6.3. We'll have to keep an eye on him. But at least we've drawn level. They are playing at home though, so I'm expecting a win here. Let's hope we can get it. At the moment though, we will still be holding on to our 3rd place position, but Tranmere do have a game in hand and could go past us with anything upwards of a draw. Smith with the corner for Blyth. Comer gets on it. Oh, it's over the bar though. Just grazes the top. Still only 1 shot on target for Blyth. Now we did score that, but we need to do better than this. We need a 2nd goal at the very least. Hey Lazy, how you doing? Perry now. To Grimes. Plays it out wide to Nyapembe. Tries to get across him, but it's blocked. Comes back out to Perry. Now Grimes. Don't know what Grimes playing at there, but he does manage to win the ball back. Takes the shot himself, but it's saved easily by Maddison. Schofield. Mehmeti. Boateng. Long ball, looking to get it into the Blyth box, but well defended there. Naya Pembe heading that away initially, and now Blyth are on the counter. Comer is taken down though. Kelly in with a great tackle, apparently legal. Grimes wins it back for Blyth. Now Clark. Naya Pembe out wide on the right, puts the cross in first time. Oh, onto Ben Hinchcliffe. And there it is, the captain leading by example, as usual. Goal number 17 for him this season. Let's see that again. Good tackle by Grimes to spark this move off. Clark with the pass out wide to Naya Pembe. Obviously, he wants to make up for his error earlier, and he puts a great cross into the head of Ben Hinchcliffe. And we are ahead again. It's now 2-1. Hey, Mac. Comer. And Naya Pembe. Hinchcliffe. Oh, he's offside. He did look way off there, to be honest. Let's see that again. Yeah, pretty far offside. Never mind. It's a good finish, though. If only he had been onside. Max says, buy a San Marino player. I'm not going to be buying any players, I'm afraid. 1, I have no money. 2, it's the end of the season. 3, I'm outside of the transfer window. 4, I don't need any players. Oh no, Clark's going to get sent off. He's going to get sent for that. Yeah, the ref's pulling a card out of his pocket. There it is. Second yellow, and Clark is gone. Oh man, what did I say at half time? Need to keep an eye on him. He was not having a great game. And there he goes, getting himself sent off. Right, how are we going to do this? Bring Navarro back. And then Nexus on for Navarro. Although it's not ideal. Nexus is in really low spirits at the moment because he's annoyed with me for not giving him games or sending him on loan or something. We tried to loan him out. Nobody wanted him. But he's not going to perform well with that kind of morale. But better than the alternative, I think. Which is having someone play there that can't play in midfield at all. Hey, Cold Steel, good to see you. How you doing? Hey, Rylan. Good to see you too. Cold Steel says, well, that was bad timing on my part. Yeah. So far, we've managed a 4-1 win today. This is game 2 of the session. We're winning 2-1 right now, but it might not last. Heaton saves. Heaton slashes that ball away. Oh, it's going to be a tense last 10 minutes or so. And there we are in the table as things stand right now. Tranmere, though, could still go ahead of us and knock us out of the automatic promotion spots. Nexus. Good ball to Smith. Naya Pembe in the box. Takes a shot himself, but it's saved. And out for a corner. Oh, Connor Comer with a header at goal there. Gathered comfortably though. Okay. Not really worth making a substitution at this point. So, unfortunately, we're going to be without Harry Clark for the next game against Southend. That sucks. That sucks a lot. Good tackle there. Come on, cling on, Blyth, cling on. Just a few more minutes. Naya Pembe clearing away. Oh, this is tense. Naya Pembe on the ball on the wing for Blyth. Puts a good cross in. No, took a deflection and goes out for a corner. We'll call that good. Gives us something to waste a little bit of time over. We are now into the final minute of added time. Don't let them score from this counter-attack. Please no. Please no. Oh, Reynolds is offside. Oh, we couldn't ask for more than that. Come on, waste time, Smith. Waste time. 2, 1. Whistle. There it is. We clung on to the 2-1 lead in spite going down by a man. Harry Clark getting the second yellow card and being sent off as a result. Made the last however many minutes or so of the game pretty tense. Where was he? 77th minute he got sent off. So yeah, the last 10 minutes or so were a little bit nerve-wracking, but we got through it. And we took home the win. So, still in third. Southend next. And here they are. They have a game in hand as well. So this is why it's important we beat Southend. We've got to keep them down. Look how tight the table is here, though. 74, 73, 71, 70, 69, 68, 67, 66. It's so tight. So tight. Anything could happen at the end of this season. And Clark will be banned for 2 matches. Well, that sucks. But what can you do? Yeah, that's not going to happen, Mac. That's not going to happen. I've told you, I've got no money. Look, there you go. Overall balance, no money. I'm not buying any more players. Here we are at the end of the season, and the transfer window is closed. Asking me repeatedly to buy a San Marino player is not going to result in me buying a San Marino player. I simply can't, nor do I have any intention of. I suggest you go harass someone else. Oh, Harrison Devine's whinging. Okay, Southend next. Important game. Need the win. Yeah, in terms of that that moderation for Mac there, I don't mind explaining something once. I don't mind, you know, if somebody asks something or says something, I don't mind explaining myself once. But if you're gonna hear my explanation and then say the same thing again, it's gonna annoy me. You're gonna get timed out, I'm afraid. So I mean, I appreciate the follow, but you know, please don't irritate me. And for the record, been streaming for what, like 8 months now or something? You're only the second person that's ever earned a timeout from my channel. Right, so we need to replace Clark. Oh, typically he's a little bit healthier than all the other players in terms of fitness because he got to sit out part of that last game, but we can't play him now. So who are we going to bring on instead? I reckon... Oh man, Smith's knackered as well. Oh god, is it going to have to be Makepeace? Should have rested my reserves. Wish I'd rested my reserves now, but you can't let their match fitness get down too low though, otherwise they come in and they play terribly. I guess Makepeace is going to have to do. So we're not looking too fit and healthy for this game, to be honest. I'm really regretting not resting my reserves and letting them play in that under-23s match. Could be presenting me with problems in this next game, but never mind. It is what it is. Okay, playing at home, Croft Park, in the rain. The classic weather condition for Blyth. Let's hope we can get the win. Okay, playing out from the back. Heaton to Nyapembe. Nyapembe with the long ball forward. Looking for Hinchcliffe. Else to find him though. But that does fall to Smith from the defensive header. Now Grimes on the edge of the box. Makepeace. First chance to make an impression. Oh, he plays a good ball to Comer. Comer's shot saved though. Smith to Hinchcliffe. Now Grimes in the box. Comer's header. Oh man. That was an absolute sitter. Out for a corner though. George Smith to take it. We are battering this Southend goal early on. And nothing come of it so far. Grayson with a free kick for Southend up the other end. Straight into the Blyth wall though. And out for a throw. But it's this player condition I'm going to be worried about. Oh, there we go. There's a goal. Because your players don't play as well when they're all knackered. That's the trouble. Taking the risk here, and I might end up losing the game as a consequence. We'll see. Capital to Godinho, off the bar, and then Bakaki just taps it in over the line while everyone's confused by where the ball's gone. And we're down 1-0. But we're going to keep attacking, see if we can pull it back, at the very least to a draw. Oh, Nyapembe with an error there. Capital's going to get to that first. He's got the legs. Oh, good save by Hilton though. Saving his team from further embarrassment. Asamoah to Stokes. They've got some pace up front, this Southend team. They're breaking away from my back four quite easily, over and over. Hutchinson. Rooney. Obviously not Wayne Rooney. Yeah, that was an obvious foul. Navarro's going to get... Oh, yeah, no, he does get booked. Thought he might have gotten away with it for a second. But no such luck. Luca Navarro picking up the yellow. Southend at the moment just running rings around this Blyth team. Oh, another good save forced from Hilton. This is quite concerning. Defended that corner well. Now Perry. Wow. Just a man more. 5 minutes till half time. We're still a goal down. And we're just not really seeing any highlights for Blyth, which is very worrying. Obviously, we have a lot of tired legs on the pitch. Perry, for a start, is going to end up having to come off very soon into the second half. That fitness will jump up a little bit while he has a sit down at half time. Yeah, that is disappointing. Let's send him out with our ears ringing. Hope for a better second half. Paddy Rooney, that's who he is. Luca Navarro ease off tackles. Right, so we're keeping an eye on Perry, who I expect will have to take off fairly quickly. George Smith only playing 6.3. A bit worrying. And Makepeace is making a lot of mistakes. The player that's had to come on to replace Clark. Disappointing. Oh, very nearly goal number 2 for Southend. Very close. Stokes playing it into Capital. He's still on goal and he scored. We're not winning this, are we? We are not winning this. I think it's time for some substitutions though. So we need to take Taylor Perry off. He's absolutely knackered. It's a shame he's our best defender, but we've got to do it. George Smith having a bad game, also tired. Need to take him off. Gavanna is on. Stuart Grimes, oh, he could do with coming off, but I haven't got another midfielder. He's just going to have to cope with it. And Naya Pembe, oh man. I'll leave Naya Pembe on a little bit longer, but yeah, we only have one more substitute we can make. And I don't think we're going to win this game. And look at Southend climbing up the table there, within reach of going past us with their game in hand, I believe now. Great ball from Stokes though. Capital doing well to beat Boone, get on the end of it, and Hilton didn't really stand much of a chance there. Good goal. Shame it wasn't for us, but look at these stats. It's not going our way. I should have rested my reserves. I should have played a fitter team for this. I think that's the trouble. Right, Naya Pembe's definitely got to come on now. We've left him on as long as we can. He's down to 59. Cole still says, crap, I stepped away for a second and now we're down 2. Yeah. We're not winning this game, I don't think. Go for a push forward. But all substitutes have been made now. There's not a lot I can do. And this is the difference, isn't it? You see the fitness levels, the condition. I feel like that's gone heavily against us, sadly. And that will drop us out of automatic promotion. But we are still in the playoffs, as things currently stand. Mansfield Town next. We've got a few days to rest up and recover before that game. But yeah, we are on 71 points behind Salford now. But Tranmere or Southend could both move past us at this point. So we'll have to keep an eye out for those results rolling in. Catch says, a step away for 10 minutes and some nitwit needs silencing. I missed my chance to harasser. I mean, he wasn't... Oh, hold on a minute. Josh Don didn't turn up for training. Let's warn him. He wasn't being, a terrible person, but he was asking, like, demanding that I sign a player from San Marino. I explained why I won't be signing anyone. And then he continued to ask again. And, I despite appearances, I'm not a patient man. Like, I don't mind answering things once. I don't mind giving an explanation once, but if you're going to make me explain myself twice, you're going to annoy me. So yeah, he got timed out. He's gone now. Obviously, he didn't want to stick around after being timed out. Can't say I blame him, but to be honest, I didn't really want him around if all he's going to do is keep saying, "Oh, buy a player from San Marino, buy a player from San Marino, buy a player from San Marino." How about no? Divine is now injured. Tight hamstring. Oh, he'll recover from that soon. But still, that's going to keep him out of first team contention. Catch says, Doyle, you should buy a player from Man United. You see, that's how you do it. Lazy says, dance to my whims, streamer boy. Yeah, exactly. Whole bunch of players whinging about training. Never mind. Right. Okay. So who've we got? We'll be playing Salford, and they're above us. Okay, so that's our chance. That is our big chance. We can beat Salford. But we got to play Mansfield first. Corsa says, I'm on a phone call, did he win? No, he did not win. He lost horribly. I think, what was it? 2-0 in the end? I think the last result. Yeah, we lost 2-0 to Southend. We've not lost too many games this season, though. 11 games lost, 11 drawn, 20 wins. We're having a good season, considering this is our first season in this division. I think it's gone all right. I can't ask the lads for more than they've given. Okay, Mansfield are slight underdogs. Cool. That means we're the overdogs. Well, I assume Chaucer can't hear me because he's on his phone call. But just in case he missed it, that there is the result again. I'm circling it. I know he can't hear me, but I'm circling it so he can see. 2-0, we lost. Hopefully he got that message. Right, Mansfield are down in 20th. This should be a game we win, even though we're playing away. Thanks for that, Catch. Catch is saying, oh, Chaucer Doyle says you're a doofus and should go away. Oh, you troll, Catch, you troll. What am I doing here? Let me just have a look at my fitness levels. Yeah, Makepeace, you were terrible. I don't want you. Let's get Smith in place because we still got Clark suspended right now. Right, now let's pick the reserve team. So let's make everyone unavailable. And then do it like that. Yep, that looks good to me. All good. Lazy says, if being a doofus meant you had to go away, this would be an empty chat. Could be. Right, here we go. Bring it on, Mansfield. Hinchcliffe's form has dropped somewhat, hasn't it? Well, he's still banging in goals. We'll keep him on. Yes, go out there and prove a point, boys. Prove a point that we can get promoted after only one season in this division. That would be a great way to finish this series. Do you know what? Deep down inside, I'm convinced it's not going to happen, though. I'm convinced we'll be ending on massive disappointment. We'll be in the playoffs, but we'll lose in the playoffs. We won't get promoted, and that will be the end to the Blyth Spartans story. Finishing on a whimper, but we can hope not. But I don't believe we're going to get that automatic promotion spot. I can't see it happening. Patch says this is all just a setup for a gut-wrenching final. Yeah, he says, yep, you beat me to it, Dom. Yeah, exactly, yeah. You know how this goes for me. Jesus does not smile down kindly on us, does he? Hamilton making a run for Mansfield. Good long run as well. Plays it to Jones. Great tackle there, though. Not quite sure who made that, but good run and a good sliding tackle to deny the shooting opportunity for Mansfield Town. Jesus must not like the rain, he says. Could be that, yeah. Homer plays in Navarro. Now Grimes. Hinchcliffe. Smith. Oh! Narrowly over the bar. Good start from Lewis Smith. First opportunity to play a game for the first team in a little while, thanks to Clark's suspension. Oh, wow. What a goal that was. It's going to count as a Steve Wilson own goal. But watch very carefully what happens here. Grimes plays the ball across to Nyapembe. Nyapembe with the chip over to Hinchcliffe. Hinchcliffe hits the post. It comes off the post, hits the shin of Wilson and goes into his own net. Well, it's a goal and we'll take it. Couch says that's what John Madden used to call a doink. Wow. Just when I was saying Jesus doesn't smile on us, I guess I should take that back. He was smiling just then. Hilton out to Boone. Now Smith. Good ball through to Ben Hinchcliffe. He's in the box and he shoots. And he scores. Obviously a little bit upset that that last goal didn't count as his. He's gone and made his own goal this time. Wow. Tripping over my tongue. I'm so excited. That is goal number 18 for Ben Hinchcliffe. And a great ball by George Smith to provide the opportunity. But look at that. Slots it in at the near post. Lovely shot. And he's patting his head and rubbing his belly to celebrate. Bit of an odd one. But after scoring a goal like that, he can do what he likes. Catch says, RNG's plays the long game to create maximum disappointment. So saith a tortured Minnesota sports fan. I know the feeling, man. Jones on the counter-attack for Mansfield. Has yellow shirts in support. Good tackle there, though. Blyth defending much better than the last game. Oh, no. Oh, what on earth was that? A second own goal in this game, this time for Blyth. Josh Heaton, central defender for Blyth. being the unfortunate that scored that own goal. Oh, I mean, Naipembe with the header just headed the ball straight into Heaton's chest. Heaton didn't know anything about that, didn't know what was going on, and it's ended up in the back of the Blyth net. And it's now 2-1 at half-time. Blyth still have the lead, but only by 1 goal now. Cole still says, really, Minnesota has sports teams? Ooh, how rude. Is it Minnesota Wild? Is that their hockey team? Oh, George Smith to ease off tackles. Oh no! CJ Hamilton scores an equaliser for Mansfield early into this second half. And that is terrible news for Blyth. Apparently they've come out for this next 45 minutes half asleep. Great shot from Hamilton there from about 6 yards. Well, we're going to have to go for a demand more. Oh, did you see that? That was nearly another own goal. What is going on in this game? It's all over the place. Well claimed there by Hilton. Wow. We desperately need another goal here. We need to win this match so badly. I would hate to see us slide out of even the playoffs at this stage of the season. Comer in the box, surrounded by yellow shirts. Gets it to Navarro. Navarro with a curling shot, but did not curl anywhere near enough. Way wide of the mark. Inchcliffe, the free kick into the box. Oh, it's offside. Oh, Jordan Boone offside. Oh, gutted. Absolutely gutted. Yeah. 2 Blyth players offside there. Cat says, terrible call. Come on, Blyth. Oh, Boone with the error there. Gives Mansfield an opportunity for another attack, and Hamilton takes a shot. Saved by Hilton. Nervous stuff at the back from Blyth. It's about that time. About that time I made a substitution, I think. Let's check analysis first. No, I'm not changing that. Okay, Boone has got me worried. He's making errors, so I'm going to bring him off and Elsdon on. Aside from that, Taylor Perry is pretty knackered. Ugh. I've got 2 strikers playing pretty badly as well. Brown's not had a game in ages, has he? Let's give Brown a shot. See if he's gotten out of his terrible form. Taylor, out wide to Benning. Puts a cross in, Smith heads away, only as far as Bridge though, shot blocked. Carolyn's shot also blocked. Harrison puts a cross into Butterworth's head, and that goes wide for a goal kick, but that was very worrying. Connor Comer up the other end, taken down by Sheridan, and Sheridan's on a yellow, and surely he's off. He is. David Sheridan shown the red card, and he walks for an early shower. 10 minutes of this game still left, roughly. And now Mansfield are down to 10 men. We have an opportunity to get that third goal we so desperately need. Perry to Smith. Pembe with the cross. Hinchcliffe with the finish. Yes! We got it. Courtesy of Captain Ben Hinchcliffe. Assist by Pembe, and that is goal number 19 for Ben Hinchcliffe this season. And what a time to score. 3-2 is now the scoreline to Blyth. And what an exciting game this has been. Ups and downs. Oh, referee, that was filth. A straight red for Thomas Harrison. That was an absolutely filthy sliding tackle from Harrison. And now Mansfield are down to 9 men. 7 minutes to play. Right, at this point, I'm going to make my final substitution. As Taylor Perry is exhausted, we'll bring Morrison on. Have I got anyone that can play better? No. Guess we'll do it this way around then. Wow. Can you believe what we're seeing? Oh, Grimes has picked up an injury. Damn it. I've just made my last substitute as well. My last substitution. This is bad. Grimes could get more seriously injured staying on the field with that. But I can't do a thing about it. I'm just going to have to cross the fingers and hope. Comer to Smith. You'd think with this numerical advantage we would be doing a little bit better on the attack than that, but never mind. Only seconds to go before the full-time whistle, and we'll take a 3-2 win. Thank you very much. And that puts us back up to third place by the looks of things as well. Excellent. Tell the boys they've done good. So there we are, third in the table. We've gone ahead of Salford, 74 points. And Tranmere still have a game in hand, but a win won't be enough to put them past us. But so does Southend, and they can go past us with a win. So we'll have to keep an eye on Southend's result. Oh no, Grimes is out between a week and 2 weeks. Oh, this is terrible news. Terrible news. My first team midfielders are quite a bit better than my reserve midfielders. This is the issue here. Oh man, that is a bad time for him to get an injury at this point in the season. Ben Hinchcliffe definitely getting praise there, picking up a brace. 2 goals. Yeah, goal difference is good, definitely. Plus 32 we're on right now. I mean, definitely solidly best in the league for goal difference. We've been scoring a lot of goals this season. Actually, let me have a quick look at the player stats again. Has Ben Hinchcliffe got in the list? He has. Ben Hinchcliffe now in 7th place with 13 goals. Luca Navarro on 14. And Connor Comer still at the top with 25. Although Malik Wilkes is closing that gap now. He's now on 20 goals. George Smith picking up the most player of the match awards. George Smith, best average rating. Dougie Nyapembe, second best average rating. Connor Comer up in 4th. Who's this Brandon Mason? He's obviously playing well. Maybe we'll give him a scout. Joe Hilton, making the most appearances. Solid, consistent performer in goal for us. Taylor Perry, top of the yellow cards list still. George Smith, Naya Pembe and Connor Comer all in the top assist chart. So, yeah, looking good. Oh, look at the key passes as well. Smith, Clark, Grimes, Naya Pembe. So that's all three of my first choice midfielders are in the top three for key passes. But unfortunately, as I said, my reserve midfielder's not so good. At least we'll have Clark back. I think he's now served his 2-match suspension, if I remember rightly. Or has he? I can't honestly remember right now. Let me just check. Yeah, Clark is all good to play. But this time we're going to be missing Grimes due to that injury. And Salford, that all-important game, is next. They're one place behind us in the table. And this is a must-win match for Blyth. Hinchcliffe making team of the week. No surprise there. He had a fantastic game. So Tranmere versus Southend. The result of this match is important to us. We need Southend to lose. No! Southend won. Damn it. So they move ahead of us in the table by 1 measly point. And that knocks us out of automatic promotion and back into the playoffs. Oh, man, we are fighting. We are up and down between that third place and beneath. It just became even more important that we beat Salford. No pressure, lads. No pressure. But if you lose this, you're all fired. End of season nail biter, says Catch. It certainly is, mate. It certainly is. So how many matches have we got left? 3 games to go. 3 games to go. And then whatever playoffs result if we don't make automatic promotion. Assuming we manage to make playoffs even. Oh, wow. So our home advantage gives us a slight edge. Let's hope that's enough. Oh, Naya Pembe having a great training week. Good stuff. Right, hold on. Sorry, just need to check. Oh, they're all Saturday games. We're all good. Yeah. Reserves can play. Derby didn't get promoted, Catch. So Derby will not be playing any Premier League games, mate. Do you not remember? Yeah, we're in the Championship. The next league down. Yeah. Derby lost in the playoff finals. Do you not remember? I had like in Football Manager, I had all my playoff finals woes, and then in real life, Derby lost in the playoff finals against Aston Villa at the end of last season as well. Very disappointing, but not unexpected. Aston Villa, simply put, were the better team. They certainly deserved it. How close to dropping out of the playoffs are we? Coldstill's asking. Well, we will see that shortly. As soon as the table comes up. So here we are. So we're on 75 points. And Tranmere are on 71 points. I mean, we're kind of okay, but 3 games, it's enough. If we lose all of the games, that we could potentially drop out. If Tranmere win all of theirs. Hopefully we won't be losing all our matches though. 3 to go. And this important game against Salford is the one we need to win the most. Oh, what a start. Connor Comer, goal number 27. And another assist by George Smith. Well, would you look at that? It looks like we've moved up the table to 2nd place on goal difference. I doubt that will last the 90 minutes of this game, but we'll enjoy it while it's there. Great goal by Connor Comer. He is a deadly front man. Such a fantastic signing for us. And there are his stats for those that might be interested. Connor Comer, 25 years old. So there we are, look, 2nd place at the moment, ahead of Stockport on goal difference alone. Looks like Bradford are fairly comfortable and looking like they will win the league. So I wouldn't expect a top spot finish from us, but we can dream that we can finish in 2nd maybe now. Yes, we signed. Yeah, Derby have signed Wayne Rooney. Which means if I play another playthrough when Football Manager 2020 comes out, which is usually November time that they release, I will play as Derby County for the first time in quite a while. Actually, I mean, I do have 1 game of Derby going on this one, but I've obviously played a lot more of Blyth. Of course, I've been streaming Blyth Spartans as well. They're my favourite little team, Blyth Spartans. And there's the shirt to prove it. I give their club money. With Wayne Rooney being signed for Derby County, we've not had a player of that stature in so long. I've got to give that a try. Even if he's old and unfit, I don't care. Morrison. Cuts inside, takes a shot, and it's in. Callum Morrison, great bit of play from him to equalise for Salford. We're going to go for a demand more after that. That was very disappointing defending from Blyth. Tofolo playing in Morrison. Look at him cut inside of his man there and then take the shot. Boone caught napping. Smith caught napping. And poor Hilton not able to save that shot either. Well, we need to win. Yeah, I can't help but feel that Boone should have done a lot better there. I don't know what he was thinking. Cole still says Hilton was napping too. Apparently everybody was that was involved in being in between Morrison and the goal. Okay, we are very close to the half-time whistle, but it looks like Blyth have got 1 more attack in them. Navarro takes a shot. It's wide at the post, though. We need to do better than that. And if this match ends a draw, we will be dropping out of the automatic automatic promotion places again. Oh, God, it's tense. It's so tense. Good interception by Naya Pembe there. Potentially saving us from conceding yet another goal. Score at the moment is 1-1. Just a couple of minutes until half time. Lazy says the team's almost out of money and the manager keeps dipping off camera to powder his nose. I'm not well, man. I keep having to blow my nose. There's no powder involved, look. But as I said, I have got a doctor's appointment booked for the 20-something. It's a Friday, so it's either next Friday or the Friday after that. I can't remember still. But I won't be streaming that day. Most likely, anyway. Blyth are not the New York Yankees. No catch. Not even close. Right, it's half-time. It's 1-1. The stats are fairly even, except for Salford are all over us in terms of possession. I'm going to go out and prove a point. Come on, boys. We need this win. Good tackle by Lewis Smith there. Playing the long ball up to Coma. Have we got a chance here? Oh, Coma's cross blocked. It's out for a corner. That's right, Cold Steel. They do. Oh, come on, ref. Don't send Clark off. Are you serious? Oh, no. Oh, man. Well, here it is, Catch. Here it is. We've been waiting for this. This is RNG's peeing on our parade, let's say. Right. What am I going to do about this? What am I going to do? I'm going to have to pull Navarro back. I'm going to have to bring Nexus on. And I'm going to have to lower my expectations for getting any kind of result out of this fixture now. Well, what can you say? That's right, Cold Steel. He literally just came back from a suspension. This is his first game back. He didn't even make it through a full 90 minutes. And he's sent off again. Right, Pembe with a terrible throw in. Straight to the opposition there. We're keeping our attacking mentality for now, but I don't know if it's going to work out. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It's like flipping a coin. Clear that ball, Smith. Oh, poor clearance. Stacey intercepts in midfield. Barker, Lang. Oh, off the bar with the shot. I don't know what Hilton was thinking there, but he misjudged that. I guess he thought it was going over. Actually hit his bar, but he does manage to claim it. Right, we'll go for a demand more. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, he's disallowed for offside. Conor Malley. We've got a reprieve. Let's see how far offside he was. Yeah, a couple of players off there. Come on, lads. Conor Coma. Oh, if ever we needed a wonder free kick to go in the back of the net, there was it, but it wasn't to be. Went wide of the post. Perry tackled easily by Teehee. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I'm going to go with Teehee because it sounds funny. Barker, over the bar. I guess he thinks he's playing rugby. Patch says Hilton is just asleep at the wheel today. I don't know, he's playing a 7.1. He's not doing too badly, really. Boone is playing terribly, though. In fact, let's get him off. A 6.1, that's an embarrassment. And then fitness levels. Oh, man. Only a few minutes left to go. Let's just leave it be. Don't want to weaken the side too much in terms of quality. But Boone definitely needed to come off. He's having a nightmare of a game. Didn't play well last match either. I had to take him off there. Obviously hit some poor form. There'll be 4 minutes of added time as Perry smashes the ball upfield to Connor Comer. He plays into Hinchcliffe. Come on, Hinchcliffe. No! Oh! Takes the deflection off the defender and goes out for a corner. Still a chance from this. George Smith to take. In it swings. Headed away by the Salford defence. And I don't know if you've noticed, other score lines are going in our favour. We have crept back into third place, even with a draw result here. One minute to go. Stacey picked up an injury on the left wing for Salford. But again, Harry Clark getting sent off in the 49th minute, and we've had to play such a long time in this game with 10 men. No, Pembe's going to pick up a booking as well, is he? Yeah, we're definitely getting fined for this game. Look at all these yellows. Oh, well. Clear it, Elsdon. Clear it. Good man. Oh. And there is the full-time whistle. We managed to scrape a draw in the end. 1-1. We'll take it. This was an important game against Salford. A team that could have gone ahead of us if they'd beaten us. At least we denied them that. But having to play with 10 men. And this is going to be rough. The game is throwing everything at us now because we've got one of our best central midfielders out with an injury. And another one out with a suspension. He's probably going to be suspended for 3 games after that. So he's gone for the rest of the season. Which means we're going to have a much weakened midfielder as a consequence for the remaining games this season. But as you can see, on goal difference alone, we are ahead of Southend and we are 3rd in the league. That is an automatic promotion spot, and we've just got to try to cling on. Yeah, automatic 3-match ban for Harry Clark. You absolute wally. I'm going to fine him. I'm fining him a week's wages for that. Well, we've got an achievement. I'm the boss. Apparently, I've never done that. I fined one of my players. Apparently, I've not done that on this version before. Yeah, Blyth got fined £1,000 as well for that game. Harry Clark feels the fine's unfair. Really, Harry? You feel that fine is unfair, do you? You've just been suspended. You come back from suspension. You play not even a whole match. You play 49 minutes of a match and get sent off again. And you wonder why I'm fining you. Jesus. He's unimpressed that I fined him. Right, Hinchcliffe, sort him out. There you go. Captain Ben Hinchcliffe has talked some sense into that Wally. Right, on to the next match. Forest Green Rovers. Down in 13th, and we've got to play away. Yeah, Catch says he feels the fine was unfair. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What an absolute mental. I feel the fine was perfectly reasonable and justified after that. I didn't fine him for the previous sendings off he's had this season. I mean, I wonder how many yellow cards he's actually racked up. Where is he? Let me see. Where can I see yellow cards? Oh, I can see bans. So, yeah. I want to see yellows, though. Oh, here we go. Season stats. So, yeah, he's picked up 8 yellow cards and 3 red cards just in the league. Yeah, so, you know. 3 red cards in a season, I think you're deserving of at least a fine there. He thought the fine was unfair. Well, at least Ben Hinchcliffe talked some sense into him. I never said such a thing, Chaucer. That was lazy just winding you up, mate. I did try to show you the results because obviously you couldn't hear me. I was trying to show you the screen and circle it so you could be aware of the match result that you were missing. But yeah, we lost that one 2-0. So clearly the difference is you need to be paying attention or the results will go badly. So yeah, Southend, it was that match that we lost. But yeah, unfortunately, I was playing quite an unfit team, regrettably. A mistake. The Crawley all the way down 24th. That should be an easy one to finish the season with. But my last 2 games are both away. Right. Let's do that. We'll take that advice. We'll ignore that stuff they're whinging about. We'll crack on to Forest Green Rovers. Give Noya Pembe some praise. Let's hope that sends him out into the next game with some confidence. All right. 2 games to go. And at the moment, we are pretty much exactly where I'd hoped to be in the table. Lawrence Maguire's just been placed on the transfer list. We haven't got time to worry about transfers. We've got games to play. Right, Forest Green are slight underdogs. Good. What's Jarrett Rivers doing these days? Oh, he's become a scout as well. he's a very, very marginally better scout than Dan Maguire. At least he's got 3 for judging potential and ability. That's still absolutely terrible considering it's out of 20. What is it with my ex-players thinking they can become scouts and then being absolutely terrible at it? Okay, so apparently last time we played Forest Green Rovers, we lost. Not good news, is it? Are your former players representative of the coach? No, Chaucer, they're not. The coach is a tactical super genius of incredible awesomeness. If they were representative of the coach, they'd be managing like Man United or Chelsea by now, surely. What am I doing here? What am I doing? Let's make everybody unavailable and then make everybody available. All right. I need to sort out my midfield. It's in a state. Is Grimes back? Ooh. Grimes is back from his injury. Excellent. That is great news. So, in that case, let's swap him for Clark. Right, what foot is he? Right only. What about Smith? Right. Okay. Go for a little bit of a swapsy. Okay, so the midfield's not actually too terrible right now. Could have been a lot worse. But still, I'm not happy with Clark. 3-match suspension. He's gone for the rest of the season now. Probably going to even miss any playoff match we might have. Doily Coyote, super genius, says Lazy. Yeah, that's right. You got it. Well, at least I can't pull out of a match early on this game and accidentally lose. There's no failing the mission here. Right, so Grimes isn't fully fit, but he's fit enough. He's going to play. Right, let us go. Lazy says, those who can do, those who can't scout. Right, yep, go out, prove a point. We lost to these guys last time around. Let's not lose again. A good weather condition for us, of course, with the rain, but already Forest Green through on goal. Andrews' shot blocked by Hilton, though, and that's out for a corner. Before even a minute of play has gone by, we almost conceded. Oh, dear. I'm just bracing myself for the inevitable disappointment. Okay, time's ticking by. Things are pretty uneventful. Go for a demand more. Oh no, I don't like the look of this at all. It's up our end, Johnson. The Forest Green, Joaquin Martinez with the shot. What a shot that was as well. That was an absolute rocket right into the top right corner of our goal. Martinez with his 13th goal of the season. We're going to have to keep an eye on that guy. Wow, what a shot. Turns and shoots and bang, it's in. Well, here we go. I did say I was bracing myself for the disappointment. Chaucer says, if only you bought a San Marino player, he'd be in first. Nice. Andrews, oh, good claim by Hilton there. This is nasty. Look where we drop down to if we lose this game. Look at this. All the way down to 6th. Only just inside of the playoffs. And York, I mean, if we lose the next game as well, York could rise up and we could drop out of playoffs. This could be bad. You know, just looking at the worst case scenario. Noah Pembe picking up a yellow. Oh, Boone picking up an injury. We're going to have to take him off. Jordan Boone. Because we'll end up conceding a goal otherwise, for sure. Sorry, I should say another goal. So I'm going to leave the table here for now because we need to keep an eye on York. And let's not forget, York are a bogey team for us. We've never beaten them. In this entire career, we've never once beaten York. And I would hate for York to knock us out of playoffs. Forest Green were down in 13th initially, Cold Steel. I assume if they win this, they'll be moving up a fair bit. This is concerning. We've only had one shot on target this half. And we've previously lost to Forest Green. And it looks like we're going to lose to them again. And this is not a time to be losing at this point in the season. Let's see if I can find Forest Green. There we are. Oh, so they'll still be 13th even with this win. Yeah, Catch says not a great run for Boone. No, that's right. 3 games in a row he's been subbed off now. Catch says also no forests are that colour of green. Maybe the one in Pripyat. Yeah, it looks pretty radioactive, doesn't it? Alright, go out and prove a point, you morons. What are you doing? Oh, look, Salford have dropped down, York have moved up. Our bogey team are now in the playoff zone. Oh, God. You see what this has been set up for, right? You see what's going to happen. Well, look, goal difference alone is keeping us in 6th place right now. Chaucer says, Forest Green must be running a really good counter to your attacking. That is entirely possible, yeah, that is entirely possible. Let's have a look for those that might be interested. See what formation they've gone for. They're just playing 4-4-2. We beat lots of 4-4-2s. But clearly their 4-4-2 is working well. Still, I'm not giving up yet. I'm going to stick with the programme. Got a lot of yellow cards again. I feel like there's a goal in us. Oh, Hinchcliffe. Nearly delivered. It's out for a corner, though. Smith takes it. Elsdon with the shot, but tipped over the bar. Come on, boys. You've got to do better than this. To be fair, though, that goal by Martinez was an absolute screamer. But it would be a shame to lose this game. At this point, I'll even settle for a draw. Just anything but a loss. Another yellow card. We're going to get a player sent. It's going to happen. 6 yellows. That's going to be another fine. And there's going to be a sending off before this match is done, surely. With that many yellows. I don't know who this referee is, but he's a crazy, crazy guy giving all these cards out. I wonder how many... he's given 2 yellow cards out to Forest Green. No, I think we're more likely to concede again than we are to score at the moment. And there it is. Right on cue, Josh Andrews scoring only his 3rd goal of the season. And that was another fantastic goal from Forest Green. Can't knock them. They're playing really well. Great setup, great goal. Fantastic finish. And that is going to be the end of my hopes of automatic promotion. Surely. I would need everybody above me to lose and for me to win the last game of the season. And I just can't see that happening. Connor Comer, though, pulls one back. A glimmer of hope appears on the horizon. Connor Comer, 28th goal of the season. Pulls one back for Blyth. But will it be enough? We need preferably 2 more goals in the last 20 minutes of football here. Chaucer says, don't give up yet. We're not really tackling much because I've told almost everybody to ease off challenges, which is allowing Forest Green a lot of room to attack. Oh, and nearly getting another goal. But we've got to be careful on this many yellow cards. I should probably make substitutions now. Grimes is on a 6.2, so he's going to come off for Nexus. That also gets one of the yellow cards off the field. I have no idea what else to do at this point. Let's just settle for that for now. Already had to make a substitution earlier on in the game due to that injury to Boone. Grimes, possibly his last kick of the game. Maybe this is. Oh, goes for a shot. Wide of the target though. About 13 minutes to go, and we're still a goal down. The score is 2-1 to Forest Green. And we are currently on 6 yellow cards. 7 if you count the one for Grimes, who's off the field right now. Yeah, Nexus has barely been on the field any time at all and immediately picks up a yellow. This ref has clearly been bribed. Like, Nexus walks on the field and instantly gets given a yellow card. There's something fishy going on here. And Smith is now injured as well, and that's another goal. Smith was off the field getting treatment for an injury. We're being FM'd. There's nothing we can do here. Simpson providing the cross. And Martinez getting his second goal. Good finish there. Goal number 14 for him of the season. The score is now 3-1 to Forest Green. And we're not going to win this. Smith injured. I can't really bring him off. Well, I mean, I will bring him off, but I haven't got anyone that can play that position at all. Let's put Kebby on. Completely uncomfortable with that position, but better than leaving an injured player on at this point. Chaucer says, okay, now you can give up. Yeah. Catch says 2 goals and an assist for Martinez. That guy's a machine. Yeah, he's done really well, hasn't he? Certainly dragged his team through this game and to victory. Oh, look at where we are. York have dropped beneath us again. So it's all about that last match now. Oh, so gutting. We were so close to automatic promotion. We've spent most of the season in automatic promotion positions, and then just to lose it at the last, in the last stretch, is so disappointing. But it does mean we'll be in the playoffs at the moment as things stand. But we could lose our final game, or even draw it, and York could win theirs and push us down to 8th place. And that would be a huge disappointment. The one I was expecting, though, to finish the season on. Busaku tackled by Perry. Pembe picking up the loose ball, but the whistle is about to go any second. I doubt we'll even get a shot in before it goes. And there it is, the final whistle. The score is 3-1 to Forest Green. They maintain their record of having not lost to us this season. And Jerquin Martinez playing a 9.2, 2 goals, 1 assist. Player of the match. And yeah, hard to say he didn't deserve it. He certainly did. Spanish player, age 23. Definitely carried his team there. And I wonder if we're going to have some more suspensions to deal with after all those yellow cards going into this final game. At least we're against Crawley Town, who are solid bottom of the division. We've been fined £2,000 this time. Okay, one game to go before playoffs. Disappointing stuff. Kind of just want to race through everything now and get that Crawley Town game on the go. Hopefully lift the spirits with a win. All right. All I'm thinking at the moment is, damn, I hope York don't make the playoffs. Oh, Naya Pembe is considered a major contender for Player of the Year award. Other players in contention: George Smith, Brandon Mason, and Connor Comer. So 3 out of those 4 are my players. Ricketts eligible for professional contract. He's not going to get one because he's terrible. Okay. A big problem we've got is a bunch of my best players, in fact, have the negative trait for big games. Like, they don't like big matches, which is why we struggle so much in quarterfinals, semi-finals, and finals. They tend to underperform, and I haven't really got quality players that I can put in instead of them that will be good enough. So I'm very, very worried about the prospect of having to try to get promotion through the playoffs. But I so want to finish this series with a promotion. Match day is almost upon us. Crawley are slight underdogs. Only slight underdogs. Wow. But here they are in the league. You've got to scroll all the way down. They're already relegated. There's no way they can survive. They may as well just give up and give me the win. 27 points is all they managed to gain this season. Goal difference of minus 38. Lost 28 games. Only won 5. And we're at the other end of things with a goal difference of plus 30. So you'd think this would be a surefire win, wouldn't you? But I really don't know. I really don't know. If I can let myself think that this is going to go our way. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Who are York playing? Hold on a minute. York are playing Oldham. Okay. Not a bad sign. Oldham, one of the better teams in the division. 4th in the league. But York are playing at home. Oh, dearie me. Right. Any players that I want to bring in? What I'm going to do is I'm going to start Elsdon because Boone has been in awful form lately. So he's coming off. I think we'll leave everyone else the same. Bit concerning. Elsdon and Heaton don't really have a good connection there. Oh well. Boone's just been making too many errors, though. Cold still says, shh, the footy gods are listening. You're probably not wrong. Right, let's give them a morale boost. And here we go, the final match of the league this season. Although there will still be some more games to play, assuming we manage to stay in for the playoffs. Did I remember to bribe the ref before the game, says Lazy. No, I didn't. Oh no, we're screwed then. Surely we're not going to pick up as many yellows as we have the last couple of games. Good tackle. Pembe sends it upfield to Connor Comer. Cross it, cross it, cross it. Hinchcliffe. Oh, straight at the keeper. What was that? That was an absolute sitter. What a chance squandered by Ben Hinchcliffe. Navarro picks it up in midfield for Blyth. Runs forward. Plays it out wide to Comer. And Comer was offside. Didn't catch that. Pembe to Perry. Pumps it into the box, but it's sent out by the Crawley defence. And long ball played, but no red shirts anywhere near that. And Smith will claim it for Blyth. Sends it straight back up the other end. Navarro's in the box. Offside. Opportunity to score there for Crawley. Sorry the commentary's dropped down a bit. I'm struggling with the breathing again. Whoa. Right. Hargreaves. Conlon. Come on, Blyth. Let's get a goal. The man more. Comer in the box. Shot blocked. Pembe with a cross. Also sent away. Thanks, Lazy. Connor Comer with the goal. Thank you. I wish I could talk more right now, but I can't. But that's his 29th goal of the season. So how does the table look now? Leaves us in 4th, but sadly we can't get into the automatic promotion. York have moved up. Look, they're in the playoffs. Our bogey team are going to be there, ready and waiting to disappoint us. Hinchcliffe? No, that's an own goal apparently by Jamie Brandon. Looked like it was Hinchcliffe's. How unfortunate for Crawley. Yes, I think it might be. Let me have a look at the table again, Catch. But yeah, you might be right. Yeah, I think they would be our first matchup in the playoffs, York, if things remain as they are. I thought the way it works in this division, Chaucer, is... hold on. It's... hold on. Yeah, 4th versus 7th, and then 5th versus 6th, isn't it? I guess we'll find out when we reach the playoffs. It does look inevitable that we will achieve that now. 15 minutes left to go. Honokoma. Navarro. Oh, how are we missing these sitters? Oh, Tranmere have gone ahead of us now. So we're down to 5th. And York have been knocked out. It's all changing. But at the moment, I think I'd be playing Southend. But I'm not sure. Yeah, the top 3 are automatic promotion. We've conceded a goal against bottom of the league, Crawley. It's 2-1. And they made that look easy. From about 3 yards, Mothorpe slots it in. Only his first goal of the season, in the last game of the season. What an embarrassment for the Blyth defence that was. Yeah, he's onside. That's hard for me to answer, Toby. I haven't seen the stats of those players at all in this version of the game, so I couldn't possibly make a recommendation. I've been playing my football at the very bottom end of things. We started in the Vanarama North, and we've worked our way up to Sky Bet League 2. Doyle's playing gutter league, says Lazy. That's about right. And there's a full-time whistle. It's 2-1. So we've taken the win for our final game of the season. And we finish up in 5th. And happy days, York did not make the playoffs. So I expect we'll be playing Southend. Let's find out. What's our record against Southend, Chaucer's asking? I'm not sure. We'll have to have a look. I'll have to wait for the draw to be made to see who we've got first, though. Yeah, so I was right. We are playing Southend. So, what is our record against them, I wonder? Southend are favourites. Let's have a look at past meetings. Okay, we've never beaten them. That's our record against them. We've played them twice. We've lost twice. 4-3 away and then 2-0 loss at home. Things are not looking good. Lazy says, you've got it this time, no worries. They might all have heart attacks. What am I going to do to change the odds? I think I'm just gonna stick with the tried and tested. In my experience, if I change things now and try something different, it won't work out because the players won't be used to it. We're gonna stick with what we know, win or lose. They're not very adaptable players at this level, and I find just staying the course with one or maybe two strategies works out better than trying to switch based on your opponent at this level. So we got this. This is over 2 legs, and we'll be playing the away leg first. But I'm afraid there won't be too much commentary over these matches. I do apologise, but I'm still pretty unwell and I can't breathe good. So that really doesn't help me talk much. I was doing fine for most of the stream, but towards the end of it, I think we're only 2 hours in and I'm really struggling. So Clark's still suspended, and this is the team I'll be going with. Yeah, I definitely will be cutting it short, but I'll play the end of the season. Just 2 matches to go in theory, because we're probably going to lose against Southend. I'm hoping I can last that long. Yeah, that first half, literally nothing happened. I'm quite glad as well, though. Because I've got a good reason to not say much. Good save by Hilton. Get in, Ben Hinchcliffe. 20th goal of the season. I wish I could celebrate more and talk more right now. And that is an all-important away goal for Blyth. Hinchcliffe looking like he wants another. Come on, boys, cling on. 4 minutes. There is a kill time command, but again, that's something I'm pretty superstitious against. If I do that, they'll end up all over me and scoring. Can't believe we're ahead in this game after only one shot on target. But we are. Hutchinson's shown a red card. Oh, he'll be out for next game. There it is, 1-0 win in the home leg. Excellent start. Just a single shot on target and Ben Hinchcliffe scored. Well, sticking to the plan has worked so far. Lucky Blyth celebrate unlikely victory. You're too right. We were very lucky there. Okay, now we've got the home leg to play. And we go into it with a 1-goal lead. And of course, that all-important away goal as well could make the difference. Ooh, that's nasty. Darnell Mintus is out with a double hernia. Ouch. Cole still says, if you'd have had an Italian on your team, it would have been no problem. He would have rolled around the pitch like he was dying for 5 minutes and run and then run off the field. Yeah. That could have run the clock down for us, couldn't it? Oh, don't panic. Just trying to get some more air in here. It looks like Oldham are comfortably ahead in their fixture. 3-0. And we'll go with the same team. Since they got us the win. And of course, it wouldn't be Croft Park if it wasn't raining. Oh, that was pure filth from Grimes. One might say that tackle was grimy. Okay, first attack for Blyth. 5 minutes in. Oh, not a bad effort. Wide of the post from Naipembe. Disappointing. Oh, well in, Pembe. Come on. Good man. Blyth on the counter-attack. Hinchcliffe. Pembe again now. Smith with the shot. And bang, it's in the back of the net. 1-0 in this match, 2-0 on aggregate. And the player final is looking on for Blyth. We'll try, Chaucer, we'll try. He says, you got this, don't mess it up now. Oh, it's in the end. Thought Comer had fluffed that up, but he scored 30th goal of the season. Goal number 3 on aggregate. 2-0 in this game. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say we're going through to the playoff final. Chaucer says, oof, don't jinx it. Grimes is having a bad game again. Uh-oh. Could be trouble here. They've scored one back. Still 3-1 on aggregate though. Just taking off my most exhausted players at the moment, trying to keep them in good condition, anticipating this final. We're 3-1 up with 1 minute to go. I think we're going to be making it to Wembley. And there it is, the full-time whistle. 2-1 win in this fixture, 1-0 win in the other. That makes it 3-1 on aggregate to Blyth. So, not a bad time to start beating Southend for the first time ever. And I'm glad I stuck with the strategy that we know best. And we will be playing Oldham in the final. So how's our record looking against them? A draw, a win, and a loss. A loss on penalties, in fact, in the Checker Trade Trophy. Oh, excellent. New gate receipt record, 95k from that game. Previous record was 80k against Oxford in the FA Cup. That's good news. We need the money. Lord knows it. 180k in the red. Oh dear. So there it is. The final looming on Monday the 25th. Players should be all fit and healthy for it. How do I get out of 180k debt? With difficulty. Hopefully the chairman will bail us out. I don't know at this level if I get any money for going up to League One. We might get some. It won't be much, though. It's not like the kind of money you get for going up to the Premiership, of course. But one easy way of getting out is just sell one of your best players for a good amount of money. Lazy says, work a lot of odd jobs in spare time. Yeah, that's the real way, the real life way. Okay. Bring it on, Oldham. Oldham. We need to get our revenge for them knocking us out on penalties in the Checker Trade Trophy. And if we beat these, we will win promotion to League One. 1 season is all we've spent in League Two so far. The boys of Blyth calendar sales, says Lazy. Nice. Well, it's almost upon us, and I've got to go for a team meeting. Oh no, I hate these. So easy to mess up. Go out there and treat it like any other match. Yay, we got a good result. Oh, I'm so pleased. That could have gone so badly, so easily. Here we are. Blyth are just about favourites, apparently. And it's time for the big match at Wembley. Although this is where we screw up, because all of our players that don't cope well with big matches are going to play like Muppets. And we're probably going to lose yet another Wembley final play for the playoffs. We've lost so many with this team that it almost feels inevitable. Right. Well, I mean, this team is the one that's been getting us through so far, so I'm really reluctant to change anything. Heaton has been on the bench. He's normally a first-choice defender, but at the moment I've got Boone and Elsdon in, and it seems to have been working. So I think we'll stick with the programme. Here we go. This will be the last game of the session. Look at the Wembley. Look how big it is compared to our stadium. Not a good start for Smith. Is he going to get away without a card? No, he's been given a yellow already. Less than a minute into the game. Guthrie. Ooh, saved by Hilton. Pembe picking up a yellow as well. We're not even 5 minutes into this game. We're already on 2 yellow cards. This ref might have it in for us. But Hinchcliffe makes a break for Blyth. Surging up the pitch. Comer plays in Smith. Lewis Smith to George Smith. Cross comes in, but defended well by Oldham so far. Oh! Lewis Smith with a shot from just outside the 18-yard box. Come on, boys. Oldham do look to be the better team at the moment. Phillips's header wasn't great though. Hilton saved comfortably. Spence with the free kick. Fox with the shot. Another save from Hilton. Wemby. Smith. Come on, Lewis. Oh, off the post. Keeper almost fumbled that. No really bad performances so far from my guys. Oh, great. Why did I say that? Perry's going to get a red card now. Not even made it to half-time and we've picked up a red. Right, now I need to think very carefully about who I take off here. So Coma doesn't enjoy big matches. Navarro doesn't enjoy big matches. Oh, Gary, thank you very much for the follow. Cheers for that. Oh, Coma's not playing well. But he is a better player, capable of some magic. Oh, I don't know. I don't know whether to take him off or Navarro. Oh, this is tough. Oh, I'm sorry, Navarro. It's going to be you. I might regret this. Oh, man. This is rough. That's really messed up our midfield. And really, being a man down, hard to see us winning this final. It's going to be the usual, more of the same. Another Wembley final in the playoffs. But Blyth are looking sure to lose. And we hit half time. It's still 0-0, but with Taylor Perry sending off, it's hard to see us getting through the next 45 minutes without conceding. If we can take it to penalties, we might have a chance. But then again, we lost in the Checker Trade Trophy to these guys on penalties, didn't we? We're not the best at penalty shootouts either. But at this stage, kind of all I'm hoping for is to take it to penalties. I'm going to reduce to key highlights, because nothing good is going to come of this. Yeah, that instruction came a bit late, telling Perry to ease off tackles. Oops. Yeah, we got a sending off in the first half, Chaucer. Taylor Perry got a red. We're picking up so many yellow cards again. I think we need to go for a calm down shout, see if we can chill the team out a bit. Minutes left of normal time. Oh great, team's disinterested in being told to calm down. Brilliant. Alright then, demand more. So we go into extra time. We've had 10 men since almost the end of the first half. And we are going to have some tired legs, and it will start to show the longer this match goes on. And I'm sure Oldham are going to walk away with the victory. Second half of extra time. Can we take Oldham to penalties for the second time this season? And if we do, can we win on penalties, is the question. At this stage, I should start looking at who can actually take penalties. But George Smith is penalty taking 4, so I think he can come off. What about Naya Pende? Also 4. And he can come off. Yep, the guys I've brought on are better at penalties. That'll do. That's the last of my substitutes though. Just bringing in some fresh legs for the wing backs, just in the hope that we don't concede in the dying minutes. And here it is, penalties. It's auto pick. As you can clearly see here, not really good at penalties, this team. Pretty bad. But here goes nothing. Oldham score their first. This is the final match, Coldsteel. Yeah, this is the playoff final at Wembley. If we win this penalty shootout, we're promoted. It's 1-1 so far. Wassel scores for Oldham. Kavanagh, who came on as a substitute, taking a penalty. Buries it. Glad I brought him on. Come on, Cartwright. Miss. No, he scored. Now Grimes. This is one where we're going to miss. Calling it now. Oh, he scored it. Oh, I'm so happy to be wrong. Now Fox for Oldham. Please, RNGesus, give us this. Fox scores as well. Nobody's missed yet. Is Kebby going to be the first? Another player I brought on as a substitute. Scores his penalty. Good man, Kebby. Glad I brought him on. Spence scores his. None of the Oldham players have missed any of their 5 penalties. All pressure on Boone. Boone, oh my God. Central defender Boone is taking my 5th penalty. I don't like the look of this. He scored it. What a legend. 5 each. Sudden death. Adams scores for Oldham. Lewis Smith steps up. He looks nervous. Oh, in off the underside of the bar. Oh my God. That was a nail biter. Gordon now for Oldham. Scores. Now Elsdon. Time for my second central defender to take a penalty. Nervous times. He scores. Both teams scored 7 penalties in a row so far. That's 8 for Oldham. Cos still says, what nails? I bit mine off already. I don't blame you, mate. This is ridiculous. Oh, it's down to Captain Ben Hinchcliffe now. Oh, no. Don't let us down, Hinchcliffe. I can barely watch. Oh, he scores. Relief. Eight penalties scored each. 9 penalties scored for Oldham. Lazy says, I have more faith in your team than you do. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I've played so much Football Manager though. I just know that I could be screwed by this game at any moment. And here we have Sean Nexus Morrissey stepping up. Wouldn't it be the worst if he let us down now? Not Nexus. Oh, he scored. He scored. It's all good. Hey, there's Nexus. Right on cue in chat. Seriously, my goalkeeper's taking this one? Uh-oh. We've run out of penalty takers. Good to see you, Nexus. Also glad the player named after you scored. Go on, Hilton. Oh, he scored it, he scored it. Good man, Joe Hilton. What a legend of a keeper he's been. And now Oldham's keeper also scores. The game really knows how to ramp up the pressure, doesn't it? Connor Comer now. League top goal scorer for Sky Bet League 2 this season. Steps up to take a penalty. And he smashes it home. It's 11 each. Ronaldo's missed. Ronaldo's missed. We just need to score this. Cavana, the substitute, stepping up to take his second penalty. Come on. Don't miss this. No! No, it was saved. It was saved. I'm going to have a heart attack at this rate, I think. Shall get the ambulance on speed dial. Oh. And we're back to sudden death. Aaron Jesus hates you, says Cole still. He does, doesn't he? Now Grimes stepping up again to take his second penalty of this shootout. It's ridiculous. This is penalty number 12 for Blyth. Oh, he scored it. Sorry, yeah, penalty... Is it penalty number 12? I've lost count, you know. No, I think it's number 13 because we've missed one each. Cartwright. His penalty's been saved by Hilton. Right, come on, Kebby. Come on. You've just got to put this away, son, and then we've won. That's all you got to do. Just put the ball in the net. Send the ball home. The net is its home. Send him home, Kebby. He's done it. He's done it. And we are promoted. Finally. We have actually won a playoff final at Wembley. I don't know how many seasons it took us. It took us a lot, but we go up after only one season in Sky Bet League 2. We get promoted immediately. And I mean, look at the stats. By all rights, we did not deserve to win this game, especially with that sending off just before half-time. But after losing in the Checkatrade Trophy on penalties to Oldham, we have beaten them in the playoff finals and we have won promotion. What a game that was. Wow. Well, I'm very happy that I do get to sign off this last episode of Football Manager with a promotion. We got a £3,000 fine for that. Oops. And there it is. Blyth promoted to Sky Bet League One. Yes. Oh, man. I'm going to have to carry this on in my own time because I'm sure I could make the Premiership. I'll consider maybe doing some episodes for YouTube only, but this will no longer be streamed on Twitch. Probably not until the next Football Manager game comes out. There we go. We've received 482k. So that takes us out of debt. Let's just have a look at our finances. There we go. Yes, get in. We're back in the black. Back in black. And everything is coming up Blythe. Have a look at the player stats. Connor Comer finishes the season as league top goal scorer on 29 goals. Hinchcliffe is up there as well on 14. George Smith, top average rating. Joe Hilton and Connor Comer tied for most appearances. George Smith, most man of the match. George Smith, most assists. George Smith, most key passes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure George Smith's going to get an award this season. Looking pretty good for him, isn't it? But there it is. We've won. We got promotion. And that is a good place to end it. And there's the league table. So we finished up 5th, but we got promoted in the playoffs. And next season, we will be in Sky Bet League One. But that is the end of this series. Thank you all to everybody that watched it, including everyone that watches on YouTube as well. But I need to move on to a different game. Need to rotate round now. Hopefully something that will get a few more views. Obviously, the Battletech stuff is going fantastically, and I appreciate all my Battletech audience. But yeah, most of my audience are from the States and Canada, it seems. And obviously, football or soccer to you guys is not really that popular with you. So I'm going to have to let it go, although I love it. And it pains me to do so. So we'll be playing something else. And I will be back now. That is the last stream for this week. I will be back on Tuesday, as usual, for more Battletech, playing Battletech Extended Commanders Edition. And I'll return at the usual time of 3 PM UK time or 10 AM Eastern. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to the new follows as well. I hope you enjoyed that series. And I will see you next week. Have a good weekend, everyone.